Hi, I'm William Taylor and welcome to our third Spec Lab ggplot2 video. And in the last few videos, we've been focused on learning how to make basic plots and how to make small changes to those plots. In this video, we'll be looking at plotting our data over time and a few of the ways that we can do that. So if we go back to our data frame that we've been pulling our data from, we've been looking at this electricity_pop variable. And notice that if we scroll down, we have the year 1992 represented, but if we scroll down a little bit more, we have 1993 and so on and so forth. We have multiple years for this data. Let's look at how we can plot this electricity_pop by year and see what that tells us. So if you look here on line 98, this is going to be where we start to plot our data across years. We have the same basic ggplot call where we specify our data set. We specify that we want electricity pop on the x-axis. But notice also here on line 99, we specify the color of our line, similar to what we did in the last video, but we say we assign our color to be based on factors of the years that we have. So when we say factor year, we are telling ggplot to think of each year as a separate category and to plot one line for each year. And here on line 106, we manually specify the colors we want each year to have. So we have purple, dark orange, and green. Granted, this is going to be a bit ugly, a bit of an ugly plot, but it's just to show that we can do this. So here we have a little legend that's auto-generated by ggplot for us. And we have the year 2000 in purple, the year 2010 in orange, and the year 2012 in green. And so the same access to electricity with 3 different lines with 3 different colors. We can also allow ggplot to pick these colors for us using what's called a color palette. So we can do this here on line 120, where we specify this. We use the scale color brewer function. We specify the palette parameter to be equal to paired. So we're using the paired palette, and you'll notice the colors will change. So different colors, one could argue, you could go back and forth. Again, this is an area where you might want to spend a little bit of time constructing how you want your colors to look, but notice that we have different colors now. So another way we can plot this data by year is using what's called facet wrapping to make a small multiples plot. A small multiples plot is exactly what it sounds like. It's one figure with multiple small plots embedded in it. So again, we have this ggplot call here on line 127, and notice that we don't specify color as we did up here, but instead we have here the new thing on line 134 is facet wrap, and we have in parentheses as our parameter tilde year, and this tells ggplot to break up this small multiples figure by year. So we run this. And notice that we have a lot of small multiples, but only 3 of them actually have data. So obviously if this is going somewhere, if we want to put this in a publication, we want to remove the extraneous plots that don't have data for those years. So we can do that here on line 138, where we use the subset function when we're specifying our data. So whereas here we just said ggplot take the entire WDI data set, here we specify on line 138, ggplot, we want you to take the WDI data set, and we want you to only take data for which the years are 2000, 2010, and 2012. And if you look back at our plots pane, you'll notice that those are the years for which we have data. Now we're not deleting the other rows that are not from these years. We're just telling ggplot in this specific instance to make these figures, we only want these 3 years represented. So we can run this and notice that we have 3 plots only for 2010, 2010, and 2012. And also notice here on line 146, we have our facet wrap call again with the tilde year, and we specify in row is equal to 1 so that these small multiples are all on the same row. It's also important to note that you can use dplyr syntax here with the pipe and the filter function to do the same thing. So it's personal preference depending on what syntax you like a bit better. So in this video, we showed how to plot our data across multiple years, and we showed that we can do this with different colors, or we can make small multiples and present our data this way. So in the next and final video of this module, we'll be looking at exporting our figures. Thanks for watching.